How are you doing? Good seeing you again.
Good to see you.
All right. Let's get some warm-ups in, huh?
Oh, what do you want to learn?
Yeah, what? You're the special guest today, so what do you want to learn?
How about the third drop stop?
Drop shot.
No,
Oh.
it's not a drop anymore. Isn't it a drive? It's the fifth.
It's like a drip.
Yeah, drip.
A drip is like a hybrided drop drive. That's what I consider thirds now.
Okay.
So instead of like really dropping, I like to call our thirds, because third shot drop more than just dropping in general. It's still the third shot,
It's a drip.
but it's more like a aggressive kind of shot.
Okay.
Because-
I'm happy to get it over the net. Okay.
Just with a little bit of pace, right? Nothing different. It's actually kind of easier than just getting it over, right? That's what I kind of tell people now for the third shot is like, don't try to just get it over because you're just gonna put no spin on the ball. Okay, so the main thing about third shot drops now is just putting spin. Okay,
Okay.
height doesn't really matter. I mean, if the lower you can get it, the better.
Yeah.
But spin is the most important thing now in pickleball because that's the only way we can utilize our paddles. The power of our paddles is producing spin, and that's why we can take it from lower spots, or we can take it is spin. So if you give people spin, they have to counter it with spin. So it just makes it a lot more difficult. Yeah. But yes, third shot drops are still important. It's just not used as much. But if you are hitting your drives into the net, then yes, I still always highly suggest softening it up a little bit to get it over, because that's really the main thing, right? Because if you can't get the ball over on your third shot, then you'll never score a point. So it is still important. Do I like drops more than drives today? No. I still think you should drive more. And like she said, kind of drop the fifth. So that's kind of the sequence you kind of see where people, instead of kind of lobbing it this way, they'll just hit, and it doesn't have to be full. Get this person here somewhere to punch it back, and then now you can kind of be a little bit softer. In that sense, when you're here, that's different. Like when you get a ball here and drop it, that's still kind of a softer shot. But still, the difference between that shot still is that I don't want to do this. Okay? Because yeah, I got that into the kitchen, right? But that's going to get attacked 100% of the time. So I still want to try to be a little spinny, get that shot. And that's difficult, right? Even though I'm so soft and I didn't drive that again, I didn't do anything hard, but I gave her a spin and a little bit more difficult pace of a ball where she can't let it bounce and sit here and whack it at us. So even that, right? So that's what I mean about spin. So when we work on that today, that's what I want you guys to focus on, okay? Even for her, right? She's been learning a lot of topspin, and that's difficult sometimes to hit consistently, okay? Because you have to kind of, the motion of the paddle is just not back and forth where you're just hitting the ball, it's actually brushing the ball. So you're getting more spin. So even if you hit the ball, I don't want to see any dimples in the ball. I want to see that ball spinning. So this I don't want to see, I want to see that. Not this, this. Okay, so it even has some kind of rotation on it. All right? Okay, let's start it. Oh, I already did, so that was a good intro. Your mom's gonna like that one. All right, back here for third shots. Right corner. You guys just gonna alternate hit. Okay, each shot from here. 2 shots per, okay?
Okay.
And our goal, when we drop shot here, is a lot of times we wanna go cross court, okay? Why do we wanna go cross court? 2, you have a lot more time to get it down. Okay, that's 1. Secondly, we always like to kind of drop it in front of our partner, because if we drop it in front of our partner, we can kind of cover the court a little bit easier, right? Because if I'm dropping it and Joanne is there, right? Joanne, for example, go. If once the return goes and you don't get the ball, you already see it coming to me, you should be preparing to go up already. Yes, do you have to have trust in me to hit a good shot? Probably, or so you might get hit, right? But if I say, if you're getting hit 10 out of 10 times from your partner, then don't play with them. Yeah. Okay? So I don't want you to be like, oh, I have to wait till that person hits the ball. you do want to take the steps in. So if I was to hit this, Joanne would be kind of looking at me, seeing as soon as I'm hitting, she should be already kind of going a couple steps, okay? As she sees that ball in the air, now she has to play accordingly, right? If I see it a little high, I just stop. But if I see that her drop is gonna be kind of top spinning into the kitchen, I wanna put pressure up here. Because now, that puts a lot of pressure on them. Because instead of me staying back here with you, if they go here now and pop it up, boom, I'm on it, okay? Secondly, because we're staggered like this, in the years that I've played, it's just a lot better than when you come up together in a line. And that's me personally, just from what I played, because now we have specific roles. If you come to me, I'm here, right? I shorten up the court, we kind of cut. If it comes to you, she knows, this person right here. So now we're like on the same page of what balls we get. Like if I want to take the ball out of the air and take a chance, I'll take it out of the air. But if it's gonna bounce, I just let it go, and she'll know, like, if you don't take it, I'm there for you. So we're kind of already kind of staggered. Now, if we were both in this situation, come up, Joanne. If we were both right here, and now the ball comes in the middle, I know I shouldn't reach in for this, but I might reach in for that just because of reaction, and then now she's gonna get messed up. So when you come up in a line, it kind of sometimes confuses each other. So that's why I always do that. So that's my explanation of dropping across, okay? All right, so now when you drop across, I wanna see not balls like this, like we just talked about. Okay, so this is kind of the old school, oh, I'm gonna drop. Okay, I don't want to see that. Yes, that was a great shot into the kitchen, but that's like 3 years ago, 2 years ago. Okay, I want to see more spin. So when you're spinning, you can't push the ball like I just did, because if you try to spin and push, you're gonna hit it too hard, and then that's out, right? So when I'm back here, you got to think about more kind of brushing, and it's more hitting the side of the ball instead of flat. So now when you hit the side, you can create that spin, right? So it's a little bit more rounded of a swing when you're hitting like top spin shots instead of flat. Okay, so I don't want to hit flat, I want to hit more round. So when I hit it around, so now the ball can spin a little bit, right? My toe drops, it spins. Even that's a little higher than I would like, but you see the ball spinning though, right? And that's the main thing. And once you get the ball to spin, then you can start adjusting the height of it, where it's kind of dropping a little bit lower, right? Here, dropping a little lower. So those drops is what I like right there. That's aggressive drops. And because of that, all you have to do is kind of brush the ball a little bit more. So on the outside, okay? So one step of that, toe down here, okay? And then outside of the ball. And see how I finish here? I didn't finish like this, okay? So I keep my face open and I finish more on the right side of my body instead of that way. Because when people try to do soft drop shot, they go and they try to spin it with their paddle. That's not what you want to do for topspin. You want to allow your face to kind of just brush it. So if this ball was stationary and I wanted to just spin in place, how would I do that? Would I hit it like this? No, I would just spin it, right? Spin. So that's the kind of motion you want to have, okay? All right, come on, sister, show her how it's done. This corner, 2 balls each. Okay, more brush. Okay. Here we go. Outside of the ball. Okay, that's too flat, right? That's like a drive, right? Okay. So when you're dropping the ball, it's not as through of a motion. Okay. Driving is like back and through. Okay. When you're dropping it even like this, did you see I'm still kind of low to high? Okay, it doesn't have to be totally low to high, but if you're dropping it, it can't be as flat as a drive because you won't get that kind of air and that spin on it. So when the ball is dropping to you, you can, as it's descending down, you want to see how I'm kind of dropping here. So just an automatic drop of your shoulder and kind of your weight on your, a little bit on your right side. So you kind of step and drop. That's like this perfect motion for a shot. And then now you hit on the outside. Perfect. Okay. So it has to be a little bit low to high motion. Okay, here we go. One more time. Drop. Okay, you're still driving it though. Okay. Right, third shot, here we go. Drop, brush, perfect. So as you drop it down, you go low to high, okay? So I want, for you, Gail, I want you to see a little bit more arc, okay? A little bit more arc. So as your paddle is dropping here, the motion should be a little bit more up. Okay, so it's a softer shot. You're still kind of driving through, kind of like a drive. We want it to be a little bit more of an arc, okay? One more, drop, okay? Still too flat forward, okay? So if I'm going there, right, your face is here because you're kind of opening that through impact, right? So if you're here and you're doing this,
Yeah.
where's that ball gonna go? Straight there, okay? When we're dropping here, see how our stance is a little bit more open? So as I feed you the ball, you kind of take a step here. This is your planter foot right here, okay? So I want to keep the ball kind of on that right foot. So as I step, again, I drop my shoulder and my paddle. This is the position you want to be. So in a drive, you kind of swing back like this, right?
Yeah.
On a drop, you kind of swing from right in front of you, and then you push. So it's not really like you're swinging and hitting like a drive. It's more like you're pushing the ball from contact to forward. So that shortens your swing, okay? So when you push like that, your swing is not taking it back, because it's hard to hit a soft shot when you take a big swing back and then you try to hit it soft, right? So if I drive, yes, you're gonna hit this way, but if you drop, this is what I mean. As you step here, see how you just kind of put, like, almost like if you were catching the ball here, that's basically your starting position, okay? So when you start there, and then from here, you just push, okay? Here, push. Okay, so you're not really hitting the ball, you're more kind of pushing the ball up, okay?
If your stance is open, does that automatically mean you're going to drop?
No, you can hit a drive open stance.
A serve, right?
No, even a drive.
So you couldn't predict what the person.
Yeah, so open stance is a little bit unpredictable. If I see you like this, what am I gonna think you're gonna do? Drive, right? Which is fine, right?
Still dry, but not as good as.
It's gonna be a little off pace, right? That's why it's still a third shot, but you're going like 80%, right? I can still hit a drive that way down the line. Okay, so why I stay open stance is because if I decide to hit the ball, I can hit it down the line still without squaring my feet like this. I don't need to do this to hit there, because now if I do that, I'm taking away all these other options. Okay, so when I get the ball here, from this position, I can still hit this ball here. Okay? Okay, and then from this position, I can hit this ball. There. Okay? But if you do this and then you try to go there, you're gonna do that, right? So open stance is a lot better for, I would say, like doubles pickleball. Because you're not playing, like, you're not trying to pass nobody because you have two people at the kitchen. So you're trying to hit a little bit more of a consistent shot to get to the kitchen, not hit a winner. I always say people, if you hit a winners off your third, that's just plus. I'm still trying to get to the kitchen, okay? So when I'm adding this, when you guys are hitting this shot, you guys should be here. And then as I feed the ball, I'm feeding the ball a little bit on this side. It should be kind of stepping towards it here, load, and then push.
But still kind of open.
Yes, open,
Always open.
right? Okay? Okay, here we go. Good. Nice, there you go. Perfect. So as you step and load, just like that. So ready position, step to the side. Okay, yeah, so you want to drive it, that's the thing, okay? Step with your right leg. There you go, better, okay? One more, here we go. Right, push, okay? Go. Here we go. Perfect. Go. Okay. It's all right. Again. So step one to your right. Okay. A little bit more. Drop down. Okay. Just a little bit more drop on your paddle face. See, the paddle face is still too kind of like drivey, right? And that's the problem of hitting a drop, is that unless you're getting really low to the ground with this paddle face, you're gonna hit it too flat.
You know who she has to watch? Anna Bright.
Yeah. Anna has very good weight shift and paddle position. Like when you watch her paddle position is really down. Her tip of her paddle is down.
Yeah.
So a lot of it, the part here, she's like this. So as the ball's coming to her, she's dropped down and then she turns. Okay? So you don't see like if your paddle is flat like this, you could still do it, but you have to get like low, right? So a lot of times when you see someone do the backhand, they're a little bit less down, they're a little bit more square the paddle to the ground because they're going this way. That's how they're brushing this way. Anna Bright and kind of like this way, if you have your paddle down this way, then you kind of brush around. But the paddle face is where it's the most consistent of it, okay? So if you were just to catch the ball in this drill, this is how you do. I want you to step and catch with just your right hand, no paddles. Paddle ground, paddle down, or yeah, you can hold it, okay? So if I were to throw you the ball here, this is the position I want you to get. I want you to step and just catch here, because that's exactly the position. You don't want to take it back because you're gonna miss the ball because it doesn't bounce that high. So it's actually step and catch. So it's almost like something you have to go right kind of when it's happening, right? So if I were to toss you guys a ball here, right? It's step, catch. See how it's step? You don't want to step back, it's step and then catch the ball. So, okay, so perfect. See how, even if you took a little step right there, see how that's all you're gonna be in that spot, this. So you don't want to do that when you're doing a drop, you're kind of right here. So as that ball's coming, it's almost like this, right? Now, it could be the same for everything, right? If you were to step back with that, step, okay, again, step, okay, almost step as you hit it though. I mean, as you catch it, step and catch, okay? Step, catch. As you're catching it.
Shouldn't I be catching in front of me?
Yes, you're doing it like you're dinking here. So it's almost like more of a side step. Step, catch, there you go. Right, side step and then catch. Step, there you go. So your arm motion should never be that long, right? Step, catch. See how both of you guys' arms is here? That's how you want to be when you're kind of hitting this third shot drop. So you don't swing too out here, and then now you're actually hitting the ball. You go from hitting the ball to not brushing the ball. So when the ball is coming to you, the timing of it, step and hit. There you go. So now when you put your paddle in, this is the same motion that you do. Step and then hit, okay? Again, now with paddles, okay? Okay? So when I toss you the ball now, you're gonna step to the right, just like how you did, and then hit the ball over with a brush. Step. Oh, see, now you didn't step, right? When you did, you step. Okay? Okay, here we go. Step. Again, you didn't step again.
Okay.
Right? So just like how you were catching the ball, you were doing this. Okay, now you're doing that. Right when you put your pad on your hand, you forgot to step.
Okay.
So same thing, you're kind of stepping, almost like you're touching the ball. Okay? Go. So step, hit. There you go. Step, step. Good. There you go. Next two. Okay, here we go. Ready position. Step, hit. Better. There you go. Okay, I'll take that. Step. All right, you didn't step. Okay? The stepping is the most important thing, because not only does it get you to the ball without reaching, it also consistently gets you to load your weight on the right. Okay, when you load your weight on the right, that's how you stay behind the ball. Okay, every time you're hitting a dink, any topspin, you want to be behind the ball. And don't think I'm just telling you this for this shot, because once we move here, it's the same thing. You're gonna do the same motion, but a little less. And then when you go here, it's the same motion, just less. So when you get used to that, it's not just for your thirds. It's gonna be for almost a lot of shots on your right-hand side that you wanna hit that kind of brush shot, right? So you step side to the ball, load, brush, okay? Step side to the ball, load, brush. Good. Okay, so the step is very important, okay? So step, there, up. Okay, I like that. Okay, step, up. Okay, again. Okay, here we go, step. Good, step. Why are you stepping back if it's in front of you, right? So you want to step kind of towards the ball or laterally, right? So the ball's coming inside, I'm coming here. The ball's actually going forward. Sometimes I go, if I'm dropping the ball, sometimes I'm coming up more with my right foot, right? As far as if I'm driving the ball, I'm stepping here, okay? With the ball. So it's a lot more. And then like she kind of did too. Like if the ball's coming a little behind and I'm going, I step this way. But I'm also kind of stepping, remember, I'm loading my weight on my right side a little bit so I can brush the ball, okay? So that's what that step is for, okay? So as the balls come to you, you step and hit. Good, okay? Step, hit, okay? Good. Okay, step, hit, faster, good, go. Brush, step. Nice, yeah. You could go spinny, so what would you do if you wanted more spinny though? More brush. The acceleration when you're hitting topspin isn't as much going forward, right? Right, I want the ball to spin from the beginning, so instead of doing this, right, I can do that, it's really kind of relaxed, I'm going forward, but if I really want that ball to spin, I want to do it at that contact point. And I'm not saying contact point hitting like this, okay? I want that contact point to be spinny, so up. So when I accelerate, it's not accelerating forward, it's actually accelerating with my paddle to brush the ball. And because I'm spinning the ball faster at impact, it's actually going naturally forward already. So I'm not even thinking about hitting the ball forward when I'm dropping the ball. I'm just thinking about the spin, because the more spin I put it, the farther it goes. Okay, so it automatically goes, so I don't need to help it. Okay? All right, here we go. Yeah, there you go. Okay, one more time. Here we go, step, and then brush up. Good, I'll take that. I'll take that, there we go. Here we go, step, up, more spin, more acceleration. Okay, more. Yes, more. More abrupt a little bit. No, you didn't step on that one. Okay, step, there you go. Okay, a little bit flat, you're still hitting it a little bit flat. Okay, really think outside of the ball on this one. Step, brush. I want more spin, more acceleration through impact. Okay, even more. So you're still kind of going like, really light, right? You're kind of going, right? I kind of want here to be a little, if you want to spin it more, it has to be here. So, okay, so did I hit that hard? No, I'm just accelerating. Instead of going long and loose and kind of relaxing like this, I want to be a little bit more intent by where I'm spinning the ball, so then I can get that spin on it. Okay, okay, here we go, step and then spin. Okay, a little bit more flat, you're still hitting it too flat. Really try to spin that ball. Here we go. Okay, still a little flat, right? Okay, here we go, spin it. There you go. I want more though, a little bit more. Instead of going forward, so right now you kind of went, you're trying to accelerate, but you still went here, right? Remember the acceleration is here. So the more you accelerate, it's not really, remember, don't follow through as much on the forward part, it's more the up part, okay? Like if the ball was stationed, you're just spinning the ball, go. Like that, see how you spin that? So now that's the measure of how, when it's going forward or not, okay? Here we go, one step, take a step, there you go. One more, here we go, take a step, up, okay? Yes, up, see you're still going flat, okay? Here we go, take a step, brush it, good. More, accelerate through the ball, good. Okay, so now when you figure out the spin part, for it to go less high than that, your follow through is gonna be less, right? Because if I do a hard spin and then follow through, that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna go too hard. I'm following through up here, right? So if you want to put more spin, watch my follow through.
Oh, it's here.
Yeah, because remember the acceleration of it is here. So if I want to spin it harder, I already know the ball is going to go forward just off me spinning it. So I don't need to follow through like you're following through on a softer shot. Now I'm saying if you want to do a softer shot and a bigger follow through kind of that, your ball is not going to spin as much, right? You're just going to be more, which is fine. Like that's, I don't mind that because this is obviously easier for you to repeat 10 out of 10 times if you go a little smoother, okay? Right? I can repeat that, it's step up. But if I do want to be a little aggressive, which sometimes I do when, you know, like if you play against people that stack and they're trying to run across the court, I hit the more aggressive shot because it's hard for them to run and reach. So I want to get that ball there faster. And sometimes I don't want to drive it and waste my hitting it out because I'm going so angle. I just give it more spin. So then it's diving down faster and they're trying to, and when they're unwinding their stack, they're really reaching, okay? Because I want to hit to that corner, okay? All right, here we go. Step, brush. Better, a little bit more low to high, low to high. Yeah, I'll take that. That's an aggressive one. If you hit that all the time, I love it. Because that's like a, really like a drive drop, like a single shot. Okay, more spin. More spin. Okay, if you're like middle of going to, remember the spin. Try to get it a little bit more spinny without it going so high. So I want you to aim, I want your ball thinking that it's coming here. This height above the mound. Okay, so the height of it should be here. Going down here. See how close the ball is coming to the net here instead of here, like that? So think of your apex of the ball should be maybe half to this line of the kitchen. So as the ball's here, it's dropping down, okay? So when I'm thinking about that, I actually imagine a net being here, and then when I spin it, it's going across this net. And then see how it drops down. Okay, and when you aim at the net, your apex is too high, so it's going across the net around here. And then now when it's descending, it's going way too deep, okay? So you want the ball to be dying into it with that spin. So spin, going down, okay? Here we go. Step, brush, okay? A little bit more low to high. Step, brush, okay? Again. Here we go. Step, step. Okay, step towards it. There you go, step, right, perfect. Okay, oh, too flat though. I like the step though, step is perfect. Brush, okay? You're getting it. One more time, here we go. Step. Okay, good, a little bit more acceleration. There you go. There you go, that was a good height and spin. Good height and spin on that. Here we go. Right step, up. Okay, a little less flat, a little bit more low to high. A good step though, here we go. Okay. Okay, so we're right in the middle right there. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, less flatness, a little bit more low to high. Here we go. Step, brush. Good. I want a little, that's perfect. Go. Good. Okay, there we go. Okay, sequence. Step, low to high. Step. Okay, I'll take that. Go. Step. Okay, that one was a little flat. Your first one was a little bit more low to high. The second one, you went a little bit more like a drive. Okay, here we go. Step, outside, good. Step, yes, yes, good. Acceleration, fire, and then let it drip down. Step, low to high, okay. A little bit more brush, step. Okay, I take those two misses though, because it looks a lot better, okay. Just keep that low to high motion, because you have good acceleration through, so you guys like the opposite. Your paddle acceleration is way faster than hers, right? And that's kind of what you need here, except not going forward. So the difference between that, what she's doing is she's actually going from low to high, but with a little softer paddle acceleration. Like if I combine both of you, you guys would be hitting Anna Leigh drips like all day long, okay? Because her paddle is a lot faster through the ball, but flatter when you're doing the brushing motion, but less fast. So if you guys kind of get that all together where you can kind of go acceleration but brush. So this is, if you just do acceleration, it's going to be flat like this, right? It's just going to be like that. And then for you, if you do brush but just really soft, it's going to be this. okay? But if you do acceleration in both, then it should look a little bit more drivey and dippy without going too hard, right? That's the medium. Okay, here we go, step. Good, a little bit more acceleration so it dips a little more. Good, like that, there you go. Okay, here we go, a little low to high. Keep that acceleration, just a little bit low to high. Okay, here we go. Low, drop that paddle face. Okay, too flat on that, okay? Okay, remember when you drop this paddle face that you did this, even though you drop it, you can't go flat because then that just turns into a drive, right? You're just gonna hit it straight. So as you drop this paddle, you want more acceleration, more up. So I want you to finish instead of like this, okay? I want you to finish more by, and you can exaggerate too, more by up your shoulders or kind of by a little bit more higher of a acceleration instead of through the ball, okay? Okay, here we go. Step, up, good. Step, up, good. You can accelerate a little bit more if you want to spin. You want more spin, so you got to practice at the impact being a little bit more accelerator. Good, yes. Step, drop, low. Oh my God, that was so good. You see that? Okay, now that's the shot that you want to hit. That's what we call the drip shot, right? So see how you finish higher from low to high? The ball didn't go as flat and straight, okay? So this is the part where both of you guys can learn from each other, is that the acceleration through the ball is the most important thing, okay? After that, it's the paddle position going, instead of going flat forward like a drive, we want to go acceleration here, here, here. So this is the motion for a drop drive here, not this. Okay, that's a drive, okay? Okay, here we go. Step, accelerate. Okay, more, accelerate. Good, good, good. There we go. Step towards it, load your weight, accelerate low to high. Okay? A little bit more finish up. Okay? Yeah, up, a little bit more up. I like the acceleration though. So you get that follow through a little bit more up, it's gonna go fast. Here we go. Towards, up. Okay, good, go. Woo, nice shot. Okay, here we go. Step, load, low to high. Yes. Step, load, low to high. Okay, that's a little flat. The first one was really good, okay? Naturally, you go forward, which I get that. Like naturally, you're gonna go forward this way because that's just a natural drive. So we just gotta hibernate that to go a little bit more up. Okay, a little bit more up. Okay, here we go. Step, accelerate. Okay, again, step, accelerate. Okay, if you're gonna go up like this, what do you have to do more for the ball to go forward? Because see, remember, you guys have the opposite problem. I'm trying to get her to go more up, and I'm trying to get you to accelerate more while going up.
I have to accelerate even more?
Yes, because that's why it's short, right? So your motion is fine. That's why when you get it good, it has that good archy going down because you're going like this, right?
Not far enough.
But it's not as much spin and pace, right? So if you accelerate more through here, the ball will drop from going like this down to more linear and spinning. Kind of like when she does, right? She's the opposite. She goes through the ball really good here, but finishes too flat, so the ball goes too much of a line and flat instead of have a little bit arc. Okay? Okay, here we go. Step, low, low to high. Okay, again. Step, low, low to high. Good, good, I'll take that. Just a little bit, for you, just think up. Okay, here we go. More spin. Good. More spin. Okay, that one you just softly went up, right? You didn't accelerate through the ball on that.
I feel like I went softly.
You'll see it in the video. Here we go. Low, up. Okay, kind of flat here. Okay, here we go. Load, up. Good, I like that one. And you can finish a little bit more. You're still finishing here. Okay, so when you finish it here, it's gonna be a little bit more, you'll see the ball go up more, right? You still kind of finish a little bit cross your body here. Okay? Okay, here we go. Accelerate through. Okay. Accelerate through. There. Good. Here we go. Load, low to high. Okay, it's all right. Yep. Load, low to high. All right, last two. Here we go. Load, outside, brush. Good. Load. See, actually, I like that more. See, this one's more. But then you went straight up. So you guys are like, if you need to go, sometimes you go too straight up, right? Okay. So here, when you want the ball to go long, it's like in the middle of like this and this. So it's kind of like in this position here, here. So if you go straight up, the ball will spin and go more high, right? So the more you go across your body, the lower the ball goes and the less up archy it goes. Okay. All right.